New York City Department of Records and Information Services, which presented an event titled Fashion Mosaic: Immigrant Voices in New York City's Fashion Industry. Exploring and discussing the important role of immigrants in the creation of New York City's fashion, identity, and fabric, the event comprised of a panel of fashion, immigration, and labor experts addressing the relationships between immigrants and fashion industry, looking at the influence and integration of immigrants and their uniqueness and passion towards the fashion industry.
I am so impressed about all these women, so beautiful, so smart, fashion historians from Pratt University, from Parsons School of Design. I am honored tonight to be part of this incredible panel that has been talking about immigration and fashion here in New York City. And thank you so much for sharing with your audience all these things tonight.
So my message to all of you is that in order for us to have any change in our communities and in the global community, we have to really start enjoying traditional wear and wear it ourselves. We have to understand the importance of a handcraft and the energy that we bring through our hands to the garments. That is what is good for us. So in order for this to be supported, we need to choose that. So wear more colors, wear things that are handmade, support the artisans globally. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is John Coy and I'm part of this panel. And I think it's a really great panel because we've touched upon important issues and left hopefully with a lot of questions to ourselves and to each other.
I want to begin by thanking the organizers for the visible and invisible labor that went into organizing today's talk. I look forward to learning from all of you. I have to clarify that I am trained as an anthropologist. So I'm interested in the modes of sociality tied to consumption and production of fashion. And specifically at Pratt, I teach classes on sustainability and fashion, and then other classes on anthropology. And so when I think about, the current political climate, and I think about immigration, right? The first thing that comes to my mind is that I think we need to unpack the term immigration and immigrant, both these terms, right? Because immigrants are not a homogeneous group. And so are we talking about highly skilled or highly privileged immigrants and who also face challenges, but are we also then talking about low-wage immigrants and the challenges, the very specific challenges that they face tied to lack of health care, minimum wage and lack of minimum wage.
Yeah, today was an amazing event. We're always excited to talk about fashion and the history of immigrants in New York making our fashion possible. It was really great to be part of a panel of so many smart people who are bringing different perspectives and to hear from the audience. And so I feel like from this we have new potential partners and collaborations and opportunities. And so I think this is a great way to start out a new year and a new decade. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tessa Mafucci. I am a professor at Pratt Institute and Parsons School of Design. And I was here today to speak about fashion and labor for this panel with the Department of Records. Yes, it was a wonderful group of panelists. I was really honored to be participating and to get to come here and speak to these topics.
This was an incredible evening. It was so informative from so many points of view. I've been making things for the body out of sustainable material for 55 years, but this was so very important to be hearing the political part and the economic part and all pulled together so beautifully. It's really wonderful to be here.
I really liked today's talk about immigrants and their influence on fashion. I especially liked the fact that it focused a lot on bringing things back to manufacturing in New York, like locally manufactured, so we don't have to outsource our stuff, because the whole industry of fast fashion is so related to fast food. We want to know where our food has been made. I think we also should know where our clothing has been manufactured. Thank you.
Hello. I like the panel's focus on the importance of labor and getting closer to the origin of where our clothes come from, where our food comes from, and basically everything we own. Thank you.
As a fashion historian and archivist myself, it's important to think about the effects of the fashion industry and adjacent industries on New York City fashion and New York City labor, and just the different ways that we can improve the situation here for laborers, and how important it is to talk about these things in such a public setting and really focus on what the everyday effects are.